Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. Anke Otto joining us here today, the founder and inventor of Toley, Ranz, and so much more. She's an amazing coach, an amazing person, doing so much. So Anke Otto, I should say, please introduce yourself today. Before we get started, tell us about all the work that you do.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot, right?
Hello,
You got to do it within like 2 minutes. Give us the overview.
Right. Yes. Well, I've been an educator all my life and life coach. And in that work, not only working with inner city school children and teachers and parents, it's challenging for any teacher out there, but especially in inner cities where poverty is, every city has that, or almost every city. And those challenges are, in my opinion, a little bit different for teachers, because when children come to school hungry or just observed that a father or mother got stabbed or arrested, those kids can't learn. So you have to, as a teacher, find something different. And I firmly believe in that, what I always say, reach the soul of a child and you can transform a life. And that was my guiding light, to create a program for children that enhances and fulfills their soul. Not so much the pencils and the math and the English. That came automatically when the children felt safe, loved, and secure in the classroom. And creating this program led to Toley, Ranz. And Toley, Ranz, well, we say, who is that? What kind of character is that? You know, Jill, I dare to say that every one of us, especially children and we adults, have a Toley, Ranz within ourselves. Because Toley, Ranz represents that tiny voice of wrong and right. We all know when something is not right because our tummy, our solar plexus tells us. And we don't pay that much attention to it. So what I have started doing is through life coaching and working with parents and grandparents, their daily challenges is many, many times connected with the children in their lives. And turning to parents and grandparents, showing them there is possibility, there is help. And the creation of Toley, Ranz shows me that parents are just as much in need of help than kids. We always say, stop bullying. Hello. I firmly believe when we already say stop bullying or anti-bullying, bullying is already happening. So we've got to approach this teaching of how to stop bullying before, in capital letters, before children are exposed to it in kindergarten, 1st to 5th grade. That's the age, the most vulnerable age. But also it is the age when parents actually have control over what is the surrounding of a child. Now, you know, we all know many parents have to work 1, 2, 3 jobs to feed the kids. So they are stressed. So they need help just as much as the children to stand up for themselves. I'm pretty sure your kid's coming from school once in a while or often and say, this and this happened, or their behavior changed. And you say,
what's wrong?
What's wrong, darling? What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. And then you probe and you find out there is something wrong. So those moments That is when I feel we need to strengthen our parents. And the entire Toley Ranz program for home or in class, but right now, allow me to say and just focus on the home program. It starts with turning to the parents. And I wrote this book, Effective Parent Strategy. It's completely part of the program where parents find, I would say they can find help how to approach this and that situation, or how to make themselves feel better. I always say, if you're okay, they're okay. You come first. Parents, you come first. Does that sound selfish? No, it's not selfish. It is taking care of yourself and the kids. We have to cut.
You're okay?
I think so.
All right, good. Just making sure.
Well, I'm going to ask him to cut that.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So back to the show. So Anke Audible here talking. It's true. Bullying happens to so many adults, family members, children, adolescents. Doesn't matter. Doesn't discriminate. And that self-care process starts, from above. You got to take care of the children, but also the parents in need, is what she was saying.
You said it. Very, very true. And we'd be surprised if we look at that, how many times you find parents truly in stress. They can't, it's just impossible to do everything at one time. So children feel left out. And parents don't have I would say it's a time and the stress. And let's not forget the influence of media. I don't care how young a child is, they are influenced. So parents watch the news or watch a program or a report, and they get angry, upset. The child doesn't understand. The child doesn't even comprehend the words. I'm talking of young children, 4 to 10. But what they do feel is the parents' energy. And something is wrong. Kids know that. And
they can just sense it. Yeah, guilty. Yep. My little guy who's 6, Jackson, he senses everything. If I'm in a bad mood or upset, he comes over to me and says, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And he gives me that guidance. The 8-year-old doesn't sense it. It's amazing, though.
And they know. That's that innate knowing and the energy from other people hitting them. And what's wrong? They can't explain it. We adults can't explain it sometimes. So that is where Toley Ranz comes in. Toley Ranz is a go-between, a mediator between parents and children and teachers. So how does that work, we're asking? What is Toley's function? What is its job? Toley's job is actually to make a child feel good, safe, secure. And our Toley Ranz is job. We have
positive reinforcements. Go ahead.
Meditation, not really meditation, but things for children to listen to, phrases of support and believe in self, which is so important. So this little mystical, whimsical character representing a child's inner voice is there when a child, what's wrong? Something is going on, because it feels the negative energy. And that is when our books come into play. Oh, here we are. The Types of Toley Ranz. It's a series of 3 books. And those books are about a little boy who loves a purple pencil.
Mm-hmm.
So the purple pencil is the reason of that he's getting bullied because it's a sissy color. And during the stories, Toley Ranz appears and says, psst, psst, listen, you know what's right.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you believe in yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And little Sammy learns that his gut feeling, this knowing of wrong and right, gets him through. And at the end, he wins over the bullies as friends
Mm-hmm.
and shares the of Toley Ranz with them. And it's not only stories. There are 10 points, the honor code. Part of the program is that children need to be repeatedly exposed to what Toley Ranz is teaching. One time, like a wristband, stop bullying, that doesn't teach them anything. So what we're teaching in the Toley Ranz program is truly the steps and the skills to pro-social skills, to how do I make myself feel better? How can I see this situation? Now, I'm not talking about only children. This goes for the parents too. And in so many cases, whether we were in classrooms or in libraries or in homeschooling situations, the parents are as fascinated about Toley Ranz as the kids are. And seeing how they calm down, because it is possible to go to school or even to work without being bullied. But it starts within. And Toley Ranz helps how to strengthen our inner resolve, how to strengthen our self-belief, and not having this come and be nasty to me feeling. We need to strengthen ourselves and believe and, kindness, mindfulness, all of those values come into the program, are part of the program with countless activities around the 10-point honor code. I always said the 10-point honor code is something you print and you put on the fridge. Number one, for instance, Jill, I'm sure you have spoken with your children. Accept others for whom they are. We cannot allow our children to become biased. We need to bring those teachings in that, yes, there are people who don't speak perfectly English, who believe in a different God than you do, who dress differently. It doesn't matter. Accepting everybody for whom they are, that brings harmony into society, into the classroom, into a family, into our neighborhoods. So what would you, as an example with two boys of 6 and 8, what would you tell them when they come home? Oh, we have somebody, he doesn't even speak English. And it happens. I don't care what grade. And I firmly believe that is the time between 5 and 10, first or kindergarten to 4th or 5th grade. That's when our children need to learn. Middle school and high school, yes, it's beautiful to have programs and help those kids. But our job as parents or young parents, it's got to be done now, before they are in middle school.
Exactly.
And that's the program, Toley Ranz program, all together, how we are. Here, I'm pointing it out, pretty modern here. Toley Ranz games. And all you do is the code.
Put the Q code up to it on the phone. I know those things are so confusing to me, but yes, you take the picture and the games pop up.
And the games pop up.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yes. And that is a whole package of all the parts of a program. And all of the parts come up. And that is what parents need at home. You don't do everything at one time. No, you truly start with introducing Toley Ranz. What is Toley Ranz? You won't believe it, but 8-month-old children, the colors speak to the children. And then, of course, a child can talk. You're awesome. Or you did great. These, and believe in yourself, these encouragements. Parents sometimes don't have time to say all these things. Hurry up, get moving. I gotta go to work. Get ready. That's how kids wake up in the morning. So let them wake up with Toley Ranz. And the parents take some time and give the children the program activities, the games. So how can we give children or be an example if parents are always under stress? The media is negative. The friends, the schoolmates, the classmates are negative because they learn that from home. I'm thinking of something I just heard recently. Why should I teach my child how to stop bullying if the parents of the bullies don't teach it? Just think what this would lead to. We got to start someplace. And we got to start with our own children so they will be stronger and learn how to use kindness without seeming weak. And that takes some time. We can't expect that just because Toley Ranz shows up and we push its right hand. Children know how to do that. No. This program is for any child, including the bullies.
And including the adults.
Thank you for that note.
Yeah.
Yes,
you have the 10-point honor code, right? And there's 3 storybooks you mentioned?
Yes, there are 3 storybooks, and they come individually or as a 3-in-1.
Mm-hmm.
And all the books are also available in audio as flip books on the computer. And we have music songs, we have coloring books, we have the codes, and there will be much, much more. We have the 10, you can print that out. Anybody can do that. We have announcements for libraries, classrooms, but most of all for at home. And I think that especially, that we are here to help parents understand they're not alone. And it is not written, anything is in the Toley Ranz program is not written in scientific language. It's written by a grandmother to 4 parents, grandparents, and teachers to just go. It's not a curriculum, it's a lifestyle.
Yep.
So you said we have the books, we have the parent books, we have the activity books, we have the videos, we have the YouTube channel, we have everything a parent needs, a child needs to change their inner conviction of living in peace, in harmony, family, classroom, within oneself. And when parents are in need, I'm here. And I will do also, not weekly, but maybe bi-weekly web online chats where parents can voice their concerns, and we find solutions. We have a podcast bi-weekly. And the newest is, in a few weeks, we will have the Toley Ranz app. So that will be for Android and iOS. That's coming up. That's our newest. So we're reachable on every level.
Yeah. And how do we reach you?
That's a good one. Yes. info@toleyranz.com. So Toley Ranz, we spell TOLEYRANZ.com. Or you can call me 928-254-1879.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. We always love having you here, love seeing you, and love all that you've done. And again, taking Toley Ranz to the big screen, it needs to happen. Excuse my yawn. It's exciting because there's so much potential for this storyline, for this character, to help so many. It has to be brought to light even further, but you've done a great job. And I always tell my boys, I'm like, Mommy's friends with the woman behind the voice too. That's her voice. Which is so cute. They say, who is this?
Yeah, the audio too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will send you, that's my gift to you boys. I will send you the audio for all 3 stories, and then they can turn the page and listen.
Oh, wonderful. Always a pleasure to have you here. Till next time, we'll say, because this is not us leaving each other, but we'll definitely connect in the future for sure. It's been a pleasure, Uncle Otto.
Thank you, Jill.
Having you here. Thank you.
Take care.
And maybe next year we'll have Toley Ranz Halloween costumes. We missed the boat on that, right? But yeah.
You never know. For this week here.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, dear.
Love you so much. You're amazing to us and our family, and we appreciate you, and to so many others out there. Guys, please check her out, Toley Ranz. Also, anyone interested in, what do we call it? Helping out with their time, with a donation, with what's the word I'm looking for? To funds. You never know. All right. Thank you so much, Anke. We appreciate it.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcasts on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.